Hey guys, Leon Street here. How you doing from businessownerelevation.com, and we have another Whiteboard Wednesday training. Now, today's topic is, I just want to get into it, and I'm just checking the time because I know we're a bit later than normal. But today's topic is quick and easy steps on how coaches can attract more customers now. Because I was really having to think about this and just putting some thought into just giving you guys something different. Because if you've been on one of these Whiteboard Wednesday trainings in the past year and a half or whatever it is that we've been doing them, you're probably familiar with the format. Really go into a topic for about 10 to 20 minutes and give you guys some real good in-depth knowledge about what you can apply in your business now. Now, a lot of the time, I would say that we come across coaches who are looking for that silver bullet, that magic wand, and I'll be straight up with you, there's nothing that will work long-term effective and be constantly effective in your business just as a silver bullet, because generally you're using some kind of ploy, some kind of technology fad that's the in thing now, but doesn't mean it's going to be the in thing in the next month, 2 months, 3 months. Just like recently on Facebook ads in May, Facebook turned off about 300 different attributes that you could previously target your target audience on Facebook for your ads that you ran on Facebook. So things change, things update, just like with Google, it does updates, and therefore you are ranking really highly for some particular key phrase. They update their algorithm, and all of a sudden you're nowhere for a particular key phrase. Then you've got the other platforms that are updating: LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. Instagram introduces things like Instagram TV. It wasn't that long ago before you couldn't actually put an Instagram story on Instagram, and that was directly, I would say, as far as I could see, in competition with Snapchat, which I think they just blew Snapchat out the water. I think there's a lot of people still using Snapchat, but nowhere in significance compared to Instagram. So what can you do? What can you do to attract, as it says, more customers now? So I just want to give you a couple of ideas, things that you can do. And if you're a startup coach, some of these things will be applicable. If you're an established coach, some of these things will be applicable to you. Yeah, and if you're somewhere in between, maybe you can try all of these, but I'll just get you kicked off straight away. So if you want to attract more customers now, one of the best ways to attract customers is something that I put in one of our guides that we put out. Now, this is called the guerrilla method, and the guerrilla method is the exact outreach messaging sequence to accelerate leads into prospects who want to talk to you about your services in record time. And what does that mean? Well, it means in this particular guide, what I shared is how you can actually speak and message people online on social media. And you can see here's some of the content from out of the guide. It's freely available. And if you visit, actually, I'll put the link on the board in a moment, because I believe that we should have a short link, and I'll check with my trusty assistant behind the camera in a moment for the exact link. But you'll be able to download this for free. A lot of people have downloaded this. It's had somewhere near like 1,200 requests since I put this freely available online. But what I want to show you briefly is, like, look, in this guide I actually share messaging sequences and actual messages that I've had with people online that have turned those people, prospects, into customers. But I'm just going to explain. So point one would be reach out to people, reach out on social media. And I'll explain how to reach out so you don't start pitching people and end up being a douchebag. Actually connect with people. So what do I mean? Most of you are probably going to have 200 friends at least on Facebook. Well, apparently that's what the stats tell us anyway. Everybody's got between 200 to 500 friends. So the best thing to do is connect with people. Ideally not your family and friends, unless you are in the process of trying to sell them something, but you just want to connect with people. So generally, and as we've got here in the guerrilla method, what you want to do is just say, hey, thank you so much for supporting me, as an example, on my recent post. Maybe somebody's commented, somebody's liked a post that you've put out, whether it's a post on your profile, on your page, or on a group on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, doesn't matter. So you just message them saying, hey, thanks for the interaction, thanks for the comment, thanks for sharing. Yeah. Or you can change it up and you can go to thank you so much for commenting, liking one of my posts. I'd love to find out more about what you do or your business, and I'd love to see if there's any way that I can help you. Yeah. Then you can add on the bottom of your message, you can say, PS, here's a link to one of my free guides. Now, if you've got a free guide, like I've got these free PDFs and I have a number of them, I've got 2 examples and I'll take you through both of them today. But if you've got a free lead magnet of some sort, or even a webinar, pre-recorded webinar of yourself, something that adds some type of value to your target audience, it's a great thing just to kind of tag on as a PS to your message. But anyway, back to your reaching out or outreach on social media. Connect with people. If you're reaching out to somebody you haven't interacted with for some time, maybe you just message them and saying, hey, you know, we've been connected for some time and I noticed that we haven't spoken in a while, and I just wanted to connect with you just to strike up a conversation, just to see how things are and just to understand a bit more about you and your business. Yeah. You're not going to get a customer straight away. What you're going to get is somebody who's willing to engage with you. But here's the thing that most people don't see, and most people also discount, and I'm going to call this one temperature. Temperature and timing. So I'm going to explain this one. Now, if you're watching this live, guys, give me a hashtag live, and if you're watching this on replay, give me a hashtag replay. If you've got any questions or comments as I'm going through this training, drop them in the comments below and I'll come back to them. Adam will check them out as well. He's behind the camera, he's managing all the tech. But I'll also check out any comments, and he will tell me if there's any comments right now, if there's anything that we need to check on. So temperature and timing. All right, perfect, great one. So we've got some download links that we can share with you guys in a moment. So temperature and timing. So let me explain. Let's say you've reached out, so you've done some outreach on social media, you're in the messages. So you're in Messenger on Facebook, or you're in messages on LinkedIn, or you're in direct messages on Instagram. Right. When you come across people, I need to figure out which pen is the one that still works. Yep, that one. You're going to get people who come in 3 types of temperature. Let me just get rid of that one. Warm, and then you're going to have hot. So you've got 1, 2, 3. Now what I mean by this is you might reach out to somebody. So you do that outreach, send them a message saying, hey, we haven't spoken in a while, just wanted to connect with you, see what you're up to, learn a bit more about you and your business. Somebody might come in cold and say, hey, things are good, haven't really got much time now, I'm busy. Great, fine. They may come back to you, but just follow up with them. It's probably a good idea because you initiated, so just follow up. If they don't respond to you, fine, just knock it on the head and move on to the next one. So number 2 might be the person speaks to you briefly, so they're warm to your message. So what that means is you can probably go back and forth a few times, and then they might say, hey, I've got to get back to my work. But you know, you've engaged a bit now, you're on their mind, you're in their field of sight type of thing, and so you know, you're not cold anymore, you're warm. But then some people, and this really is a numbers game, so you're probably going to have to message a few people. Don't message like one person and think this doesn't work. You've got to do probably around about 20 to 30 just to get in the mojo, get in the flow. And then what you'll find is that people, you know, you're more open to actually getting the conversation flowing. And actually in the guerrilla method, and as you can see now on my post-it note that Adam stuck on here, if you want to download this, I'm going to give you the download link. Because what I'm going to show you from this guide is just some ways that you can extend conversations. So here is the link. So that's a bit.ly/, and this one is GUE. Is it double R for guerrilla? Because you've put 1 here, Adam. So it's guerrilla guide. Just check the link for me, please, because I've put double here. But anyway, guys, that's the link. If it doesn't work, I'll correct it in a moment. But I want to get into the messaging part because this is more important. So when you are speaking to somebody and now you've got somebody who's warm, how do you extend the conversation? How do you keep it going back and forth and flowing? Well, there are different ways to have conversation extenders. And here's some examples. So you might say, how are you finding things with regard to, and maybe the key problem that you help people solve, the main service that you offer people. So you're not offering the service, but you're just asking them a question. So how are you finding things with regards to, like me, I help coaches with marketing and lead gen. I'd say, so how's things with your marketing and lead generation right now? Yeah. I can say things like, what things have you tried with regard to, marketing and lead generation? Yeah. You could even go with just topic of the time of year. You could say, so how are you finding summer holidays? Do you have children? Da 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 da. A bit of small talk, but it just keeps them engaged. And if they're that talkative kind of person, most people are, they're going to respond to you naturally. You could try things like, if you could change things now, what would be different in your life or your business? Yeah. Another one for extending the conversation would be, what's worked so far? What hasn't worked? Another one would be, if you could get paid to do one thing in your life or business and nothing else, what would it be? So it's a bit more kind of, I would say a bit of humor, but it gets them to think a bit bigger than their current situation. But it's really cool. That really gets people pumped up. A lot of people miss this on social media. They don't get into messages. Now, if you want to attract customers, here is a big thing. You're going to come across somebody eventually, and you're going to come across somebody whose temperature is hot. It's that time of the day, that time of the year, whatever it is. You have just so happened to trigger onto that person who's like, I really like what you're talking about. So at that point, when you get onto, or you come across somebody who's in that kind of hot temperament, that mindset, that was me. So I'm knocking on the board here, and Adam thinks there's someone knocking on our office door. No, it's me. It's just me, just pointing to what we're doing. Anyway, when you come across somebody who's highly engaged and like really, you can feel the conversations like really good. What you can then do to move them from being a conversation, from Messenger, let's call it. It doesn't matter if it's on LinkedIn. Messenger. You can then say to them, hey, this might be easier if we jumped on for a quick Skype or Zoom call. Would you like to do a quick chat right now? Maybe I can help you. And if not, that's awesome. And if I can't, at the very least, you'll have some ideas of what I can help you with. So this is based on you identifying that this person's coming, they're really engaged, and they're coming back and forth, and you just put that question out there. And at that point, when a person says yes, you just simply respond, what's the best Skype or what's the best number to call you on right now? And that's it. But a lot of people, they don't do this on social media. They think it's just like, let's like some stuff, let's scroll the timeline, let's comment, and they're missing the biggest opportunity, because look, you can't have a new customer now unless you're speaking to them most of the time, especially if you're selling high value coaching programs and products and stuff like that. If you've got e-commerce products or digital products that people can buy, that's slightly different, and I can get into that in a moment. But I'm expressing this because it's massively underutilized, and it is something that I've broken down in this guide that you can download. There's PDF version, go grab it now. I've actually got other conversations, so you can see there's Messenger conversations, there's LinkedIn conversations, and Instagram, and all these conversations either end in a lead or they end in an actual sale. It's freely available in the guerrilla method for you guys to grab now, and this will get you into a place where you can have a customer. So like I said, don't expect to do it once and think, oh, it failed, the person didn't speak to me. You've got to be hitting like 20, 30 people on Facebook. If you do B2C, you're targeting general consumers. If you're targeting B2B, you need to be on LinkedIn. You probably need to smash out 100 messages today. But I guarantee you, just triggering them without pitching, just, sending them a question saying, hey, we haven't connected in a while, how's things with you in your life and business? People are going to respond, guaranteed. It's a numbers game. Why is it a numbers game? Because attracting in more customers is selling. It's not just marketing, it's selling. Because the marketing part is you sending the message, but to get somebody to be a customer, they have to pay you. Visa or MasterCard, that means they become a client. Therefore, you have a new customer. So that's basically the first steps of what you can do. What else can you do? Something quick and dirty just to get you moving. Right, so number 3, you want to have some lead generation offer. So this is a real cool one. If you're an established coach, if you're a startup coach, don't really matter. I've been showing you a couple of guides today. Just drop something here. Let's put on there. So here's another guide that we have. This is called How Coaches Can Use LinkedIn to Attract More Clients Consistently. It's a 40-page PDF guide that I put together to map out the exact steps that you need to take when you're using LinkedIn in order to attract clients, going through your profile, going through LinkedIn groups, how to connect with people, explainers. It's all included here. It's also been endorsed by 8 professionals. So Leon has nailed it in short, fast, visual to do guide. Guys, if you want to grab this guide, it's free to get now. And if you serve customers in the B2B space, you can simply go to bit.ly. It's the same link, and you just go to / and it's linked. I'm going to put a big slash here and a little linked in, and it's guide DL. Linked in guide DL. So you can go there and you can go and download that free right now, guys. I think Adam may be able to put it into the comments on this video, or put it into the comments somewhere else, just so you've got the links to this guide and then the guerrilla method guide. If you're watching this on Instagram, go to my bio, click on the link on my bio, and you'll come to my my page with all my key assets, key marketing assets. And basically what I mean is you'll see all of the free guides that I offer. So click on the link on my bio and you'll see like 6 buttons, and one of them is going to be this LinkedIn guide. The other one's going to be the guerrilla method. Anyway, back to this point, lead generation offer. Create a PDF, guys. Even if it was a 1-page PDF, it's something that is very powerful, and you create the PDF based on known problem that you have, or that your customer has, your target audience has. This is a problem that I know business coaches and life coaches have. They're on LinkedIn and they don't know how to use LinkedIn. So what did I do? I created a solution. I created a guide for them to use that shows them exactly what I do in order to attract clients on LinkedIn. It's not like I show them half of the picture where, you know, how to do your profile, how to do that, and then it ends there. I actually show them how to update their profile, how to connect with people, how to message them, and how to get leads. Yeah. And then if they match that with this guide, which both of them connect to each other, if they use this guide, this then tells them how to then get into messages, get people on the phone and speak to them, because that's where customers come from. So my recommendation to you is, look, you don't even need a landing page. Create a 1 or 2 page PDF, and then you could put a message out on Facebook, a message out on LinkedIn saying, hey, I've created a brand new PDF guide that is available for anybody who has this particular problem and wants to find the solution. So yeah, so focus on what is the problem that your mini guide could create. Yeah, so problem. And let me explain why you don't even need a landing page. Anybody who says yes, you send them a message. So you identify the problem. People say yes. You send them a message on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, whatever, Twitter. I know you got messaging on there. You've even got messaging on YouTube. You send them a message. You send them the PDF, so they get the PDF, and then you follow up. You follow up and say, hey, how did you get on with the PDF? Did you think it was any good? What are your thoughts on it? How are things in your business? How are things in your life? Obviously, depending on whatever you've created that PDF on in terms of the problem that they have. This means you do not need any landing page. Am I endorsing the fact that you shouldn't have a landing page? No, because quite clearly I'm telling you guys to download our guides on landing pages here. I've told you to click on the link on my bio if you're on Instagram. And if you're watching this on Facebook, go here and go download them now. Why am I telling you to download? Because I provide value in the guides, and that's what you would need to do. You provide value by identifying what is the problem your target audience have and give it them so that there's some actionable steps that they can take in order to solve that. A lot of people miss that up or mess that up and miss it altogether. But the point I'm getting to is this is what can help you get clients now. If you want to scale up, yes, you're going to need a landing page. Yes, you're going to need automation. You're going to need soap opera sequence emails going out. download links, all of that kind of stuff. But this process here, where you're just doing it manually, would still get you moving right now. Yeah, it doesn't need for you to take, forever and a day. By, maybe this afternoon, you could create a 2-page PDF checklist on a particular problem your target audience have. If you wanted to create something more intensive, fine, it's probably going to take you a week, 2 weeks to craft it, make sure the message is right, the call to action, making sure you add enough value. But I'm giving you these tips because these are things that you can do right now. So what other things can you do? So I'm going to give you a couple more things that you can do to get customers right now. So if you want to attract more customers, well, let's say you've already got customers. Message and call existing customers. So speak to them. And you can speak to past customers, i.e. people who've bought from you before but haven't spent anything in the past 6 or 12 months. So that's one option. It's going to put some money in the bank. Number 5, what can you do? Ask for referrals. So you might know people. Let's get that on there. So, i.e. there might be people in your circle of influence. You may have existing customers who you've done a really great job for. Ask them for referrals. Who do you know who needs something like what I did for you? Who do you know who's looking for a solution in that area that I helped you with? Who do you know that is, just in pain right now? They've got a problem and I can fix it for them. Can you introduce me? Do you have 3 people that you can introduce me to? This will help you to get customers now. And look, remember, don't phone up one customer and think, oh, that didn't work. They didn't pick up. It went to voicemail. This is a numbers game. Marketing and sales is numbers. It's not how few people you can do. It's how many people you actually gain as clients. So if it takes you to do 100 or 200 people, it's numbers so that you can get the result. If it looks like hard work, have a guess what, son? Have a guess what? You're in your own business. Hard work is what it's all about until you crack the point where you have momentum, where your business is doing 50,000, 100,000, 200,000. You've got momentum. Now you're looking at scaling. You can afford to employ people. You've got your automations in place and you can really grow your business. This is just some quick and easy steps, as I said, for you just to get customers now. Now, the final point that I want to put on is, and this is important because you can't have customers, and especially more customers, if you haven't got a process or a way to convert them into customers. What do I mean? A sales script. If you want predictability, if you want a way for you to attract people in, to close them in a way that actually ends up getting you a customer rather than just having conversations and it ends in frustration, you don't know what to do. You need to put together a sales script, and it's something that we have as part of the programs that we offer our clients. So if you're a business coach, life coach, you'll know that we offer Vortex coaching program, which is our 8-week coaching program. And then we also offer Elevation, which is for our one-to-one coaching programs for coaches who are doing $250,000 plus. Yeah. But in there, we have sales scripts that allow our clients to have a predictable way to have conversations. And you're probably thinking, well, doesn't a sales script sound a bit kind of forced and robotic? And it's like, no, because it works in the same way that a Hollywood actor uses a script in a blockbuster movie, where people are fully engrossed and emotions are flowing because of the performance they put on. Their ability to deliver a great performance. And that's what a sales script will allow you to do. Because if you're doing outreach, you understand the temperature of people, you're communicating in messages, you've got a lead generation offer that people can actually grab and request right now. You've message called existing customers, asked for referrals. Well, at that point where you have somebody who wants to buy, you need to be able to close them. Yeah, and you need to be able to close them by identifying what is their challenge, where do they want to be, qualifying them based on, are they at the right income, do they have the right problem that you can solve, and then at that point making a decision and saying, actually, I can help you, would you like me to show you how I help? And then at that point you're going to get somebody who says yes, and then you're going to move into the point where you then present your sales presentation and then get somebody onboarded. So those are the key things that you're going to need. If you're stuck in any of these areas, send me a message. yeah, or drop a comment below this video wherever you're watching, on Instagram or Facebook or even LinkedIn, because we do post these to LinkedIn as well. Send me a message and I'm sure we can get you booked in for a call where I can give you the highest level of support possible, where you get to speak to me and I can help you map out a plan for you to grow your coaching business immediately. Thank you for watching. Any questions, any comments, remember, just drop a comment below this. It's Leon Street from businessownerelevation.com, taking you to the next level. Thank you for watching another Whiteboard Wednesday.